Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are here doing a video on the Gen 4 Glock 17. Before we get started, I wanted you to know there's no magazine in the firearm, no ammunition present in the pistol, no ammunition present on the desk. Okay, we ensure that it is unloaded and cleared. Okay, set the gun down. I'm gonna pop this light off real quick so we can get a good look at the recoil spring assembly. So I'm not going to do a super detailed video on the 17. I'm just going to point out, excuse me, the Gen 4. I'm just going to point out the differences that the Gen 4 has outside the Gen 3 guns. If you want a detailed breakdown of what the Gen 3 is, go back to my video on the Glock 17, Glock 34 comparison, and you'll have a really good breakdown on a Generation 3 Glock pistol. So this is really just a supplement to that. So that we can point out the details of the Gen 4. Okay, so what are the differences or improvements that Glock has made to the Gen 4 series of pistols? Now we'll start from the front, work to the rear in traditional fashion here. The sights are not factory sights, right? I never leave the factory Glock sights on the pistol. These are Trijicon HD sights with the yellow front. Okay, I really like those because that front sight jumps right out at you. You can track it really well. They did change out the extractor, and I've not had any issues brass hitting me or smaller shooters in the face. My son has shot this pistol. He's probably put a couple hundred rounds through it, and he was having a problem with the Gen 3 series of pistols where the brass would ding him in the goggles just about every time he shot. This one hasn't done that to him, so that's an improvement. Some guys are having issues with it, but I personally have not experienced that with this particular pistol. That's not to say that it doesn't happen. I know some guys are having issues with that. So the first, and not externally noticeable, but most glaring, is that dual recoil spring. That's new for the Gen 4 series of pistols. I've not gone in and researched the spring weight of the internal and the external spring, so I do apologize for that, but I did want to show that spring to you. We talked about the extractor. Also, the grip texturing is different on the Gen 4 than it is on the Gen 3 series. Okay. Now let's take a look at the magazine release. It's got a big button magazine release. It's reversible, so you can swap sides on that thing. I like it. It's easier for a guy like me to hit. As a lefty, it gives me a lot more real estate when I am dropping a magazine than that little button on the Gen 3 would give. Okay, and the other thing is the back straps. You've got interchangeable back straps. I'm currently running the largest back strap because I find that to be the most comfortable for me, and it essentially takes the place of like if you have a Gen 3, putting a grip force adapter on it, and it gives you that beaver tail so that you don't get scar marks on your shooting hand from a high handhold. But all in all, I don't see a downside to any of the changes that they've made on this model. Everything seems to be sensible to me. I've only fired about 1,000 rounds out of this pistol, so it is what it is. That's my experience, and I have a sample size of 1. All right, but I look forward to a hell of a lot more shooting with this firearm. I do a lot of shooting with local police guys, and this is their duty weapon, so it makes sense for me to have one, right? If there's any questions you have, feel free to post them below. Feel free to like, share, and comment. And I do apologize, it's been a while since I put out any new content, but life happens, it gets in the way, and I'm getting back into the rigmarole, so to speak. So like, share, subscribe, and comment. And if you have anything you want to see me do a detailed review on, or you have a firearm that you have in your possession that you want a detailed review done on, just comment or shoot me your information, and we'll link up and get that done for you. This is Dave with Strategic Defensive Solutions. You guys have a good one.